discussing tie between one human and another human. It is not only limited to a brother and a sister. So what is this tie about? Does anybody know? Anybody from children? Yes.
So if you tie it to somebody, you can just say like protect me.
Yes. Okay, that's amazing. Very good. So that is the easiest way to express Rakshabandhan. It is a tie for protection, but protect from whom? Is it from? Wait, I'll give you a chance. Okay. Protect. It's not just about physical harm. It's about protection from all types of mental, emotional, physical, all types of kleshas, all types of bad things that we encounter in society. So standing for humanity, standing for oneself, standing for each other during bad times is everything about Raksha, protection. So on occasion of this Raksha Bandhan, I would like to go in our mythological vault and tell you two stories. Does everyone like stories? Yeah. So let's first talk about Lord Ganeshji's story. Okay. Everybody is. I know all children love Lord Ganesha. You know, he's just around the corner. Lord Ganesha is coming to our home. It's just around the corner. 1 week down and we'll have Lord Ganesha at our home. Yeah. So just like Lord Ganesha, Lord Ganesha had two wives, Riddhi and Siddhi, and he had two sons, Kshema and Labha. They in some part of India they are called Shubha, and in some part of India the wives' names are Buddhi and Siddhi. So pardon the names, but the context here is, so on this grand occasion of Raksha Bandhan, once Sri Ganesha's sister Jyoti was visiting him to tie the Rakhi, and there was all these festivities going on, and then the two small children, Kshema and Labha, they were watching what is happening. Jyoti is tying the sacred thread around Lord Ganesha, so it piqued their interest, and they asked their Papaji, their father, Lord Ganesha, what is going on exactly? Like, why can't, who is she, and like, why is she tying this thread? And then Lord Ganesha explains the story that I'm the brother and I'm going to take care of her and I'm going to look after her no matter whatever happens. And then both Shem and La being small kids, they are like, oh, then why can't we have a sister? We want a sister too, to tie the sacred thread around our wrist. And it so goes that because of, Bala Hatta is like a small child throwing a tantrum. So parents are like miserable, they can't help. Lord Ganesha is like, okay, fine, I agree to you. And then with all his magical powers, he brings a small little girl into life, and her name is Santoshi Mata. So anybody have heard Santoshi Mata? She is another goddess sitting in the north of India. Yeah, so Santoshi Mata appears there, and she ties the Rakhi to the Shema and Labha. And it's a ritual in India that when the promise is made, brothers will give some gift to the sister or adorn her with some kind of good values or give them some blessings. So what does these two children do? They give that time, during that period, the sweet was jaggery and grams. So they had just jaggery and gram, and they gave it to Santoshi Mata. And Santoshi Mata was so satisfied with that. Everybody knows Narada. Narada was watching all the ceremony, and he said, oh, you are satisfied with such a small jaggery and gram, let me name you Santoshi Mata. Santoshi means satisfied. Santosh is a Sanskrit word related to satisfaction. Okay? Is it too fast for you? Are you understanding the story? Okay, good. So this is one story from our gods and goddesses. And there is one more story of Lord Krishna. So, do you know who was the sister of Lord Krishna? Anybody? It's a tricky question. Yes?
Radha?
No. Anybody from adults? Yeah, but there was one more. Draupadi. Yeah. So I would like to bring this story here because this is something very fascinating to know. So Lord Krishna had Subhadra as his sister, and Lord Krishna has a weapon on his finger. I wanted children to answer. Never mind. All good. So he had Sudarshan Chakra on his finger, which he used to kill lot of demons. And there was a demon called Shishupal. And one time he killed the demon in a fight and all. He sent the Sudarshan Chakra. The Sudarshan Chakra killed the demon. And when the Chakra was going to come and hit and sit back on his finger, it made a small gash, a small cut. And Lord Krishna, being Lord, he started bleeding profusely. The bleeding won't stop, the blood was everywhere, and everybody got worried. And then Narada came, and other gods were worried. Oh, our beloved Lord Krishna is bleeding now, what to do? So they went to Raj Vaidya. You know who's Raj Vaidya? Raj Vaidya is like a family physician, they're a family doctor. And what does he do? He says, you know what, you need to put some tulsi medicine, or you put some herbs on it, and they tried everything, but the bleeding won't stop. Now it's the Leela of Lord Krishna. Leelas, Lord Krishna was very smart. So what he said to Narada, you know what, go to my sister Subhadra and ask her to give me some medicinal herb to put on my cut. And also ask her to get a small, it's called chindi. Chindi is a small cloth piece. Yeah, and you can put it around your finger, and that should stop it. Now Narada says, okay. And as Narada starts to leave, he says, okay, wait. Let's say if Subhadra doesn't have it, who will you go to? And then Narada said, Lord, you know everything, you guide me. And in that case, Lord says, okay, then you go to Draupadi. So Narada goes to Subhadra, requests her, can you please hand me the medicinal herb and a small piece of cloth to tie for to the Lord. And Subhadra is like, okay, let me make some herbs. And she goes to the medicinal cabinet, makes the preparation, gives him. But when it comes to the cloth piece, she says, oh, I have all these fancy saris and I have all these fancy clothes. I don't have anything small. You can get it from somewhere else. Uh-oh. Now Narada is like, okay, that was God's plan. So let me go to Draupadi. So he leaves that medicinal herbs there. He goes to Draupadi. Now Draupadi, on listening to what has happened to Lord Krishna, she feels very sad and she says, let me do what I can to help you. So she goes to her medicinal cabinet, she prepares all the herb preparation for the Lord Krishna, and she is wearing all this golden embroidered shalu or sari they call, and she tears a piece out of it, hands it over to Narada, and as soon as Narada goes, puts it around the Lord Krishna, the bleeding stops and Krishna is fine. That day, Krishna promises to Draupadi that I will be your brother through your thick and thin, and I will protect you and I'll take care of you. And you know what happens? Everybody knows what happens. It's a very well-known episode from Mahabharata, that when Pandava loses in the game of gambling and Draupadi is brought in front of courtyards, that time Lord Krishna comes there to help her with the sari and producing infinite amount of cloth so nobody can rip her sari off. That's what Lord Krishna did to his beloved sister Draupadi. So these are two of the very cute, good stories from mythology that talks about what is Raksha and how it's important to take care of each other. But here again in the Shakha, I have heard the Shakha owner speak, I listened to some lectures, and the meaning has been so broader. And also I was talking to Pradeep ji that every year Shakha goes to a fire station, they tie Rakhis to the firefighters, showing our gratitude towards them for protecting us from the fires and from all the other bad stuff going on around. So did you all get the meaning of Raksha Bandhan? Yes. So Raksha Bandhan is one of the deepest bond between not just a brother and a sister, but between a one human and another human being, sharing the love for each other, sharing the care for each other, protecting each other. And it is what is Hinduism is. This is the basic principle of Hinduism, that we take care of our people, we look after each other. Okay.